When you light up, yeah, lights all over me.
I know it seemed like I turned my back, but it's far from true. How could I ever turn my back on the chosen few? So what I do, look at me. In a picture was bittersweet. I did it for all y'all, but I never did.
Sensitive about my shit.
Be back on another episode of the Transition Talk Show. This is the 50th episode, man. It's a big moment for me because this show, man, I've been actually doing for over almost 5 years. And there was this moments in which we had to stop and everything and then start back. But consecutively, it's been almost 2 years, man, to get 50 episodes in. So, man, hats out to myself for being consistent, dedicated, and understanding the mission and the cause of what the Transition Talk Show was meant for. And today, man, I would like to introduce you guys into a young man who I came into, and he's doing some phenomenal things, and I just felt that he deserved to be able to share his light, you know what I mean? Vince Prayer, what's going on?
Good evening, good brother, and congratulations, first of all, to your accomplishments. It's such an honor and pleasure to be here tonight.
Man, it's an honor to have you. You know, a good friend of ours, you know, Kim, she had introduced me to you, and I had the information for a while, but you know, I was trying to get shows and stuff out the way, and work, everything, you know, just life. You know, like what they say, life be life.
Sure thing.
You know what I mean? So when I had the opportunity to really just sit down and look, and I said, man, let me call him first. And the conversation that we had, it touched me, bro. And then to see what you have been able to do, you know, from, you know, and coming to manhood, and how it was important for you to be able to be a man, but to offer yourself out as a man, and then started your own company, but see your company as a company that teaches children how to become and be something different other than the actual norm. And man, I tip my hats out to you about that. So you guys, that first little clip where y'all actually seen came in, this is Vince Prayer's business. So man, tell us a little bit about it.
So, just to give a brief synopsis about myself, I'm originally from Panama City, Florida. I've been out here in the state of Texas. I graduated high school here, went to Arlington, Sam Houston, East Side, Sam Side, shout out. Shout out Kimmy. She's a true blessing. And she did pass me through to you and got me squared away. But about my business, Zero Wing Aerial Drone LLC is a aerial cinematography and photography business specialties, also in mapping and other construction and landscaping projects. What I like to do is get out and zero in from new heights of focus, if you will.
Right.
And so, in turn, what that creates is the vision or how things should be viewed in essence, right?
Right.
And make sure that the message is put across. And that's more or less my business in a nutshell.
Man, how did you even come into that field, or knowing that was something that it was meant for you to do?
I've always taken a liking to the skies, if you will. My grandfather did 32 years in the Air Force. My background is in aviation maintenance, and I've always had a knack for dismantling things and putting them back together, understanding the anatomical structure, if you will. And so with technology, airplanes, the skies, how else would I get into drones, right?
Right.
And so once we got up there, it was just a matter of like seeing things from the perspective that we don't necessarily get to see it from. We've all been in aircrafts before, right? We've caught commercial flights, some private, right? And so given that visual, you know, just think about it from this perspective. Have you ever witnessed yourself on your commute home? You're just always in the car, right?
Right.
What does an aerial view of that look like? That's true artistry, the commute home.
Yeah.
And so things of that nature really do inspire me to get into my craft, and that's more or less how I got into it.
And that's real unique. And it also teaches to look at life from a different eye, from a
Absolutely.
different perspective.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not always having such this plain perspective, but able to actually see it from a high point of view.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was the biggest thing that captured me. Me as an individual who is spiritual, and a lot of my friends, they always say, "Man, you always too deep." Well, I don't know how to be surface. Like, I'm not the surface type person.
Oh, yeah.
I see life from a different lens.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So to be able to see that you're living your life, based off of living life from a different lens, and then to hear you say that you wanted to be able to teach children, I'm big on success, but not success looking like dookie ropes and all the nice ice and jewelry and all, I don't see it from that point of view no more. What I see success is actually something that a person is able to create, start, and live in, and be good in the living with it. That's success to me. And for you being young, you are building that legacy early, and you're already trying to offer it out to younger children early.
Absolutely.
So for me, that's success, man. And I tip my hat out to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I want them to be able to see a little bit more of your work, but I want to be able to go in a little bit more depth and talking with you too, because we have had some moments to be able to talk about some things.
Absolutely.
And to share with the public, that can help someone else, as it's quite natural our lives have helped us, because
Yes,
we're
sir.
living it. But we'll go to this first video, and then we'll be right back.
They say a real warrior's road is a lonely road, but I'm prepared to take it. Spread love to the love that love me. Throw middle fingers to the motherfuckers that hate. Till the love is tested by the fire, it don't mean nothing, nah. They say it's easier to love when there's no real involved. I swear the motherfucking truth will make you null and void. I know I'll be left alone when it's hard. Yeah, I know I'll be left alone when it's hard. I know I'll be left alone when it's hard. Shit get revealed when it get hard out here. Walk around ready for war, but I got scars out here. I don't need no nigga for nothing, nigga, I boss out here. And I did crimes by myself, cause these niggas talk out here. Self-made, self-paced, in 7th grade, I was getting paper. Pushing the lawnmower, selling Nick sacks to the neighbors. Had to get out there, trying to help mama, trying to save us. Cause faith without works, it ain't gon' work, I got no favors. And ain't no favors. If you tryna eat, better go out there, create you a chair, pull up to the table. Got out there and seen why I can't kill Abel. Jealousy is always your neighbor. When you becoming successful, niggas gon' hate you. Till the love is tested by the fire, it don't mean nothing, nah. They say it's easier to love when there's no real involved. I swear the motherfucking truth will make you null and void. I know I'll be left alone when it's hard. Yeah, I know I'll be left alone when it's hard. I know I'll be left alone when it's hard. Niggas still getting nervous when shit starting to seem too good, yeah. Not used to the luxury, I'm used to the walls in the hood, yeah. Wanted to change shit so bad, I can see the change.
So let's talk about routers.
Routers. Got it.
So the router provides a gateway through which hosts on one network can communicate with hosts on different networks, right?
Right.
Each interface on the router is connected to a separate network.
Makes sense.
And when talking routers, we're talking information transfer conduits in essence, right?
Right.
So if someone were aware that you had a necessary piece of info, they had to ask you to get access to it first.
Right.
So when it comes to routers, every host on the network must use the router as a gateway to other networks. Therefore, each host must know the IP address of the router interface connected to the network where the host is attached.
Right.
This address is known as the default gateway address. It can be either statically configured on the host or received dynamically by a dynamic host configuration protocol.
Right.
I've come to learn that there's a lot of value in my lessons. In many cases, lucrative intellectual property was born in response. All this to say, know your worth and tax their interest. It should cost to know you, and it should pay actually knowing you. No one will ever understand your worth until they've invested into knowing you. and it should be real difficult to walk away from that investment as well.
Got it.
When you light up, yeah, lights all
We back. Man, that little clip right there, man. When I first saw it, we was talking with the thing that I can tell the voices. You know what I mean? And to me, it was like, listening but motivating myself. It's almost like when I'm coaching my son. He played football. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? And just telling the critiques which I see to help. And when you had explained it to me, I was like, yeah. I said, man, it's a part of artists. That's what I do. You know what I mean? I want to catch the difference, what's building it up and what's making it. But the thing is that it's very motivational at the same time.
Absolutely.
Now I ain't finna sit here and suck and jive with you. I don't know nothing about the hard work, all that stuff right there. But
sure.
It caught my eye because there's a lane and there's a path for everything and everyone. You know what I mean? And when you look at motivating people, some people do it on such a broad scale that they don't take the time out to do it on that small scale. Which means that it's directed and pinpointed directly for someone. So you could tell that was made for you, by
Absolutely.
you. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like a
Yes.
FUBU. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
I make it a thing to take my own advice and really apply it to my own life. I can't tell it to anybody else if I'm not doing it myself, right?
Right.
And so, especially when making that piece, I had sat down at work one day and really just got into the weeds of what is it that I'm not doing currently, and really went back and just covered all the grounds. Even like speaking with my mentor, right? Shout out to my mentor, Joe Kellum. I see.
Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you for tuning in also.
Absolutely. So many talks between he and I, just from developing business acumen to formulating a code amongst our people specifically.
Right.
Even to as far as sports management, actual application of self, knowledge of self, and it's something painful that we all experience.
Right.
The awakening stage is something painful. You wake up, you soar from that work from before, right?
Yep.
And so definitely getting into the weeds of developing that script and fine-tuning it, but also not being too verbose, but making sure that it's enough for everybody to be able to digest and absorb.
It's dope, man. You said two things while you was talking that stood out. Mentor,
Yes, sir.
and then you spoke on sports.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to hold off on the mentor part first.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then I was just going to say sports.
Mm.
You into sports,
Big time.
right?
Yes, sir.
But there's a particular type of sport.
Absolutely. Semi-professional volleyball player.
Already.
Absolutely.
A person, hey, y'all not in the studio. I'm in the studio. Dude is tall. You know what I mean? Dude got a long vertebrae. So, you would think that, basketball or something, but nah, dude is a professional volleyball player. And not only does he play volleyball, he also coaches volleyball with minors and teenagers just as well. So, man, let's talk about it a little bit, man.
Sure.
Because you don't have any children.
I don't.
But you spend a lot of time with children and giving back to kids. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Absolutely.
So volleyball is just one of those things that allow you to be able to connect and be able to coach. So, man, let's talk about it a little bit.
Volleyball has definitely been a facet of community for me. Community is really big for me. Sports is one of the easier ways to connect with said community, correct?
Right.
Basketball was my start. Basketball got me places, and volleyball took me more places that I never thought twice about. Also, with volleyball, I didn't even know this until I came back from school and playing abroad, that there's a very massive volleyball community here in the Dallas area alone. Yes. There's a lot of sand players, but also indoor players. And, coming from Florida, sand is a big thing.
Yep.
But to find out that there's a big indoor community was major. It's basically like hooping to me.
I know it's one like we downtown right now, so going on the outskirts of downtown, going by the Front Park. It's called, I think it's called the Sandbar or something like that.
They just shut it down.
They did?
They
Yeah.
did. They just shut it down.
And there was beach volleyball
it
over
was
there,
big.
man.
Yeah. A lot of those guys, they relocated to Sports Garden up in Capel.
Okay.
But yeah, Sandbar was it. I've played in quite a few leagues up there. But to backtrack, I use that platform in particular to connect with the kids, being that volleyball has opened up so many doors for me.
Right.
And I've taken that as far as I possibly could and am still active in it. But definitely want the kids to have access to that and go as far as possible with that. And even then, with it being so niche, the doors, that window is still pretty small, right? So with zeroing area, what I plan to do over time is to be able to hire on my mentees, my students, the kids that I've trained over time, and really give them the opportunity to see different things. I don't necessarily want kids going straight to the retail stores and working there, going to fast food or the food industry and working there, unless that's their hustle. I support that 110%.
Right.
But to get into this realm, the UAS realm, right, I've met with so many different figureheads. I've met a John Ford who worked directly under Steve Jobs at Apple.
Right. Wow.
Right. Those type of names are always floating around in the UAS industry because it's still in its infancy. And so with volleyball, I made sure to have a very significant hand in it,
Right.
and make sure that I communicate to the kids that, yeah, this is what I do, but this right here is what I do.
Right.
Right.
And that's big because the average kid, you know, and let's just say low income areas, right?
Yes.
Or let's just say hot areas or focal areas, you know, where it's a lot of crime. The main sports is football and baseball and basketball.
Yes.
It's not too much that they show or teach outside of that to understand that there are more things that you can legitimately do and potentially be good at, but also have a success at. You know, that can always take you into different genres and different platforms. You know, from just walking a different side of life. I know for me, it's kind of how music was. I didn't know what music was going to do. I just saw music as a way to stay out of trouble. And I'm talking about as a grown man.
Sure.
I'm looking for ways to stay out of trouble because I'm on my way to prison. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I need something to calm me down, you know, and music was that thing. And I was a person who didn't like being in front of cameras. I didn't want to be on stage. I didn't want to make no videos. I didn't want to do, all I wanted to do was release and just make music. But it did something on its own, and it grew me on its own, and it began to take me in places that I didn't never see me going. From music, it opened up doors to being able to do, you know, small movies. From these things, it went from being able to write a book. You know, the doors just began to constantly open from just choosing to do one thing different and take a chance at it. You know, and being able to teach children that, man, is big.
Absolutely.
Because we look at things through small boxes, and we can expand that box. And expanding that box, you can get more out of that. You know what I mean? Than you can just keeping those small focal points. You know what I mean? And that's big because I know volleyball players. You know what I mean? I met people who play on the WNBA that's here in Dallas and stuff, right? But I never heard anyone say, I'm a professional volleyball player and I teach to these kids, you know.
Yeah.
And that was big to me because that, you know, it's like, and to be our color.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That speaks volume, man, because it showed diversity in us to where we're not seeing ourselves being very diverse.
Right. Yeah. To piggyback on what you're saying, the community isn't us primarily.
Right.
It's a lot of others, but you'll see in that community the few of us that are there dominate.
Right.
Everywhere we go, any super regional tournament that we participate in, we're there. you know who's coming, and I'm a guaranteed kill, right?
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that can be done about me. If there's something that does happen, it's my fault.
Right.
So what I do with the kids in particular, I treat it like diets. You got to make sure that what you intake is conducive to what it is that you're trying to achieve or accomplish.
Right.
You can't eat hot Cheetos and drink soda and all this other junk and expect to be a premier athlete. Right. The same thing is for your trades. You don't want to ingest things that aren't necessarily contributing to what it is that you're trying to profess in.
Right.
And so in the realm of volleyball, take for instance, there's a student that just came to visit for the high school that she used to play at, and that's a high school I actually help out at. I'm an assistant volleyball coach there. And shout out to Coach Jamie Johnson for taking a chance and allowing me the opportunity to work with the girls directly. They're lovely. The girls are wonderful. They go so hard.
Right.
Shout out to them. But she came and she recognized who I was immediately. Said, "Hey, Coach, it's good to see you." I was like, "What you doing here? Hey, how's it going?" And we chopped it up for a few minutes, and she began to speak on how the season was going, her successes, and what she had been seeing. And I was like, "Okay, that's great. What are you doing here? You're still in season.
Right.
You just visiting, right? You getting ready to go back."
Right.
She said, yeah, I'm going back. And then Coach came and let it be known, like she's getting ready to make a move that she's not going to necessarily recover from. And in turn, what it turned out to be was like a big console. Like I was like, no, you can't walk away from that. This young lady is on a scholarship, a full ride scholarship to a university, coming from a very low income neighborhood.
Right.
And you got to think across the board that not a lot of these kids do not get these opportunities.
Right.
Because you're not feeling well about the situation or whatever the case may be. Yes, the challenge is that you're far away from home, but everything else is taken care of. I didn't hear that there's a danger in your community or that it's poorly managed. It was just a matter of that you're being challenged and you're not necessarily responding well to it. And so I really advised her to take your time.
Yeah.
Like, I've lived your life twice. I know exactly what you're going through. Your coach, your former coach, knows exactly what you're going through. We're not saying this to beat up on you. We're warning you.
Yeah.
Do not come back here under those circumstances. Let it be that you've exercised all of your options. You exhausted all of your options. Then move from that point. And that's something that I communicate to all the kids. You got to exhaust your options before you decide on just saying forget it and just wiping your hands clean of it.
It's one of the things that, is good. And this is to go into the second part of that, the mentorship. Mm-hmm. It's good to be able to have those that travel before you.
Yes.
In spaces in which you're traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And also people like us, and I don't say that, being no other kind of way but caring because of understanding the conditions we go through, right? So one of the things that I know is that a lot of these children are not prepared to go far off. So I'm not missing home, I'm missing my conditions.
Absolutely.
Because that's where I'm not at.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at to where I'm immune to the things that made me tick, that made me sharp, that made me aware, you know what I mean? And those are the wrong things. See, the abnormal become the normal.
Absolutely.
And it's good to be able to have, mentors in place to say, hey, you're in the best place, trying to run to the worst place that you already worked too hard to make it out of. Give yourself a chance.
Absolutely. No, seriously. you want to take a chance on yourself. There's a lot of people betting on you. Why not you bet on you?
Right.
Everything is in order for you to be as successful as possible. So go be successful. Right? And also, what don't challenge you don't change you.
Exactly.
You got to make sure that you have that manageable amount of challenge, that you're going to get out there, you're going to put your best foot forward, and make sure that at the end of the day, you lay your head to rest, that you went out there and you fought.
Right.
And that you didn't let the opportunity slip by. Living testimony. Excuse me. Living testimony of that. I've walked away from several things that I just didn't sit and be present in and just see it through. And a lot of the kids, it's just we're so fixated on instant gratification,
Right.
that we expect that, okay, I stick my toe in, that means I was in the water.
Yeah.
No, you got to get in there. You got to feel that and adjust and be able to get ready and immerse yourself in that environment.
It was just today that I made a statement saying, we all want the answer, but a lot not willing to go through the equation, to work out the equation. I want to know how to work out the equation. That way I always know how to get the answer. But that means I have to want to do the work. A lot of times we don't want to do the work, we just want the answer. But what does that teach you if someone just always giving you the answer? It's not building the character that's going to allow you to truly really move forward in life when you're really trying to move forward in life. So, that's one of the things that's big, why mentors are important. Because where you're going, you don't know. You just know the why. You don't know the how. So those mentors are important because they know some of those hows, because they've been there before, and they're guides to help lead us, and when we do get to these spaces to where I'm ready to quit, I'm ready to turn around, I'm ready to give up, then they the ones who actually know what's on the other side of that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It's like, oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do the thing. Let me make sure I gave him everything that he needs. I gave her everything that she needs, and they still get to that one part. It's like the trail's been blazed for you 1,000 times over. I mean, you got predecessors, we got ancestries, we got our next of kin. There's enough cautionary tales around for us to reference from to make sure that we don't befall the same fate.
Right.
Like there is an end cause for everything. Right. So we got to make sure to be as thorough as possible, and that's something that my mentor has been for me. That's something that someone of Mike Winters, my own older brother himself, Ibrahim Legion, Alahi, shout out to him. A lot of people around in my community have demonstrated in a lot of ways that I did not necessarily have to go down that path.
Right.
Thanks be to God for them. Like, it's only God. Let's just be honest here. But having that community is vastly important, which is why I've definitely dedicated myself to giving back as soon as possible, as early as possible, and making sure that these kids are on the right track.
Man, that's big, man. Because for me, it was opposite. Like the heroes, were those that was committing crime, because it looked like that was the life. I have one coach that really, I stick close to out of all the coaches that I had. But he was one that actually came from that same life and was able to be there but not be a part of. And to be able to see that helped me see myself better. So, man, it's real key, and I'm getting to it for a reason, but we're going to go to the next video, and then we're going to come right back and we're going to talk about it.
Shemai now. Yeah. I'm blind now. I can see a thing. So I can care less what you call her. Shemai now. Yeah. And I don't give a damn where you saw her. I'm blind now. I can see a thing. I can care less what you call her. She mine now. Yeah, and I don't give a damn where you saw her. I'm blind now. I didn't see a thing. She could have had multiple niggas, a lot of those. Dashed in the club, showing love, I don't care. Cause every time we get together in a room full of people, shit tend to daddy like ain't nobody there. So I can care less what you call careless. She mine, now she mine. Yeah, and I don't give a damn where you saw her. I'm blind now, I'm blind. I didn't see a thing. I'm gone deaf with your gossiping. Ray Charles, tell your boy get a grown man. Everybody got a past, don't you? Everybody been around a couple times. Just say I'm lying. Ain't got no right to judge another man. Ain't got no business. Get about that business. Worry about who holding hand. In my life, let me live. Won't about your own. Hollering about you trying to helping, just leave me alone. Won't you go on with that yapping and acting like you're better than the weather, like you got your shit together. Leave me alone, go on with that yapping and acting like you're better than the weather. You ain't got your shit together. Sure, I can care less what you call careless. She mine now, she mine. Yeah, and I don't give a damn where you saw her. I'm blind now, I'm blind. I didn't see a thing. I can care less what you call careless. She mine now. Yeah, and I don't give a damn where you saw her. I'm blind now, blind. I didn't see a thing. She could have had multiple niggas, a lot of those. Dashed in the club, showing love, I don't care. Cause every time we get together in a room full of people, shitting the daddy like ain't nobody there. So I can care less what you call her. Careless. She mine, now she mine. Yeah, and I don't give a damn where you saw her. I'm blind now, I'm blind. I didn't see a thing, see a thing.
I am enough as I am. I am fully equipped. Even when the tide and the current start to shift, I am adaptable. I am adaptable. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Safe for me to be grounded in the present moment. When you light up, yeah, lights all over you.
I'm whole. I don't never act like I'm healed. I operate from a healing aspect. I'm knowing that I'm always working in this. So this way that my offering can nothing but be an offering of healing. You know, not suffering, not any of this, because I'm understanding I'm healing through my processes. You know, so long as I take that on, then I'm understanding what my pouring is just as well. You know, so when you do good comes back. It doesn't make a difference on how the weather blows, because the storm's still gonna come. Doesn't mean that it's bad.
Right.
It's just a storm. You know, when it passed. And that's sometimes how we have to look at our life, because sometimes, you know, we put restraints on ourselves that's holding us back from the best part of ourselves.
Thinking that's what we had to, that's our obligation.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, but the vision was already given on what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, but I still been putting the work into what I actually can see.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's not fake. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, so when I actually operate in the faith of what it is that I know it is of me, I'm going to receive everything that's of me. It's going to come. Forgive me, y'all. That's my little brief little moment of mentorship myself, I guess you could say. But nah, one of the things that why mentorship is so big, man, because when we spoke about our childhoods, and you said something to me that stuck out. You was like, I had a father, my father was there, but he gave me a negative outlook. You know what I mean? And for me, my rebuttal was, don't consider it to be negative, you know what I mean? Because it's the very well thing that you actually would need for you to be the better you. You know, and that was taken on because the fathers I had in my life. You know what I mean? If I didn't learn to appreciate them for who they were, you know, if I didn't learn to appreciate them for what they did, you know, regardless if I felt like I liked it or not, But when I began to appreciate them for who they were, I began to see the growth of it for me. Because I don't have to be you, but I can learn from you to be a greater me. And, but what it did send me on a path to knowing I needed strong men in my life.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
without those strong men, I was making a mess of my life because I didn't have that guidance. I didn't have that know-how. I didn't have those instructions. I didn't have those, those that look at me and say, hey, not that way, you know what I mean? Not like that. Straighten up a little bit, So mentors was important in order for me to develop as a man. And then for me to be able to be a man that was going to be able to go back out and be the administrator of the same.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, for you, I know it's important, but it's also important to really be okay with that main relationship of a figure.
Absolutely.
Because it'll allow me to create the greater figures from it. You know what I mean? And not with no other reason except for to have good individuals and good souls and good people around me and in my corner. But that's what it teaches us. I mean, that's what it allows us to be able to do to others. Because that's, at the end of the day, man, it's an energy. It's nothing else but an energy.
Yes, sir.
That
was one thing that I definitely took on. I donned that much later, but I got it, is that I didn't have to accept that. And by that, I mean my father as my truth.
Right.
That I could sit and blame him for everything that I've been up to this point. But I promise you, they put you in handcuffs.
Yep.
And your name pops up, it ain't because of him.
Yeah, it's because of you.
These are decisions that you made.
Right.
How much more time are you going to spend blaming him for the decisions that you've been making in full conscious?
Right.
Right? And so, granted, a lot of negativity, a lot of things that I didn't need to be, but I did have some sort of a baseline or understanding that demonstrated like, hey, you do have a choice, and also you don't necessarily need to follow this path, but do know and understand that you're not protected. Like this is something that you can very well befall.
Right.
This Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, you see men fall, don't laugh, learn.
Right.
Because you're on your way up, right?
Right.
You laugh, you are susceptible to befalling the same fate. Don't be that person.
Right. And that's big, man. We need something to fine tune. That's yin and yang. That's duality. You know what I mean? That's day and night. We need something to fine tune, but not to crutch. Not to hold us back. And traumatic events is just something that in the beginning we allow to crutch us, to hold us back, and then to have to take on harsher learnings from it. And that can add on more trauma, but now that trauma is that I've done to myself. And when you begin to realize that it's me who causing the trauma now, you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Then you go into a phase of accepting to be better. And when you begin to accept to be better, I have to first be better with what I don't like.
Being uncomfortable. You gotta exist in those environments and let them cultivate and make you more of what you're going to be down the line. And such is my artistry in Zero and Aerial, is to make sure that things are seen the way that they need to be and understood and comprehended that way as well. And also be able to create the environment in the community for people to step right into it and say, maybe this isn't my passion, but I do got a story to tell. I do have something to reference. I can definitely put these things in terms that are digestible for other people, because I just seen myself walking down the street a couple of days ago, and I don't have myself to talk to myself, like my current self, to talk to my past self and pull them to the side. I would have loved to have that.
Well, it's important, you know what I mean, to do it constantly. We have to, you know, we wanna see the mirrors to ourselves. If I can see the mirrors to myself, I can walk a lot better purposely every step. But the fact that I don't have a mirror, you know, to myself, I make mistakes. I look a little bit, you know what I mean, not myself. You get what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So that's also the beauty of being able to have other individuals around, because they're nothing but reflectors of myself.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess that would allow me to be able to accept what I do. You know, because I began to start to see myself, you know, in everything. You know, it was like a different view, a different picture now. But me seeing me always in the picture. Even if I was taking it, I see me in it, you know. And it's kind of like what you're doing, you know, with your company, it's like when you describe the car, can you see yourself going home? You know, you don't see yourself, you just know you're going.
No, exactly.
you know what
you
I
don't
mean?
have that frame of reference. Like, just look at it like you are God's way out of no way. That's the beauty of it being a trailblazer. I'm the only one that I know,
Right.
that I've met, that is doing exactly what it is that I'm doing.
Right.
Nobody was talking about aerial cinematography and photography at all. You see the YouTube videos and things and such, and nobody has donned those terms.
Right.
Right. That is where my ministry is.
Right.
Is to show you where you are, where you're going, and to reinforce that you're doing well.
Right.
And that you don't necessarily need the reference points on a frequent basis, but also that you are somebody else's way. Keep going, keep pressing, and make sure that you're thorough in your pursuit.
I like the idea, you know. I'm just painting in my own head, right? So I like the idea because I know to be able to see yourself and knowing that you're doing well, you ain't always thinking that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
you thought you missed a turn somewhere.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But to even be able to know the thought is different from the actual travel, and to be able to see that and to know that I'm traveling well, man, that makes a big difference. Because I don't have to now second guess myself. I don't have to second guess my steps, my actions, my doing, when I can actually see me doing it in the midst of how I might be feeling or thinking. That's big, man.
You take for instance the visual that just was presented before we came back. Shout out to Tahira. She's one of the first few that took a chance on my artistry, and it turned into a promotion for her henna brows class. She was teaching somebody in that visual, and that person converted 2 clients in one day, and it came out very great. But you have it in your mind of what you would like it to look like. I come behind you and I say, well, this is what it should look like. I don't think you really put as much detailed thought into it.
Right.
But I promise you, all those details matter. Your process matters. The process matters more than the results in a lot of cases.
Right.
You gotta buy into that. You can't necessarily be fixed on the destination more than the journey itself.
I think a lot of times that's a lot though. You know, that's a mouthful in what you just said itself, because a lot don't like looking at processes.
Lost on it. They get lost on it. They look at it before the hardest part of anything is starting.
Yep.
People won't even go into it like, man, that's too much. Like, man, I gotta get up. I gotta do this again tomorrow. But you think about in our adult lives, right? Or even adolescence, you go to school every single day. After a while, it's mindless, right? The same way as using a bathroom. You don't think twice about it. You get up and you go do it. Same thing for a job. You get up and go do it.
Right.
You know your why, and this is your how. This is
Yeah.
one of your hows. This is the same thing. It's the same process that you don't think twice about. It's in a different light, a different aspect of life.
Right.
Why not look at it the same way? I don't think twice about it. I got up mindlessly for X amount of years and went to this one location every single day, spent 2 hours commuting back and forth,
Yeah.
gas. And we know what the economy looks like for a lot of us.
Right.
Living testament.
Right.
Again,
Right.
I'm talking about 394 miles on average a week, me traveling back and forth to work.
Yeah.
Like that in and of itself should stop you and make you think twice about, you know what, hey, that might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
I should probably take a chance on that. What's the most that can
Once you
happen?
realize what you've been taking chances on, you know what I mean, and what it's costing you.
Yeah.
So if it's gonna cost me, you know what I mean, let it be me, rather than me with everything else. You know, it makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world. But sometimes, you know, the thing that make the most sense, it makes none at all.
It's
you know what I mean?
In some cases, the safe bet is what's killing you, and that don't make sense.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. But that's conditions,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been conditioned that way. You know what I mean? Thinking that safe means better, means greater. You know, but I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? Well, I'm good. You know?
Right?
You know?
Are you? You sure?
Exactly. you know what I
You
mean?
just ate that McDonald's, bro. I don't know if you're good or not, but yeah, I get exactly.
Yeah.
exactly
So
what you
it's
mean.
like, man, yeah, it's always better to, you know, to do that faith leap, I call it. You know what I mean? Into what it is that you know you see of yourself.
Absolutely.
And to trust that, you know what I mean? And to take that process on. Growth, man, because we don't feel it. We don't know that it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But we don't feel it.
Overnight. Like I didn't get this tall over the span of my, like this happened over a summer. I gained 7 inches over a summertime, and that was painful, physically painful, right?
Yep.
Something recent that just happened to me. I was recently terminated from or laid off from my position. Nobody's immune
Yep.
to the rigors of life or the safe bet.
Yeah.
Like there is no guarantee. Why not take that chance on yourself and
On
make
yourself.
sure
Yeah.
you do everything that you can do?
Yeah.
Don't miss the opportunity. Don't go back home because that's what you know. Stay out there, cut your teeth, really get competitive with it because nothing is going to spare you. Nobody's coming to save you.
Yeah. I mean, we don't understand, you know, what it takes to be built. It's pressure. But it's not pressure that's going to break me. It's pressure that molds me. There's a difference. You know, but when I've been so susceptible to doing what everybody else do, get up 9 to 5, come home and just talk about how the day went or what I didn't like about it or what I can potentially do better but never do. You know, when I can literally get up and take the chance on myself and be pleased because I know I'm making the attempts. And I know that just like that, I'm going to see growth in this in some kind of way. But am I willing to go through that about myself?
Do you have a choice?
That's a better question.
Honestly,
that
if
is
we're gonna
that
be
is
honest
totally
about, like,
a better question.
you can leave things alone and still get results.
Yeah.
Like if we're going to be completely honest about that, no, that there really isn't. You're going to have to make a decision.
Yeah.
And even no decision is a decision. You're choosing not to.
Right.
In that moment at the very least. But everything around, life around is okay, cool. We're going to go with that.
Man.
And we're going to continue on and we're going to move forward. And this is the path now. What are you going to do about this? You're going to have to make a decision sometime.
Yeah.
Do not absolve yourself from you making the decisions in your life and being in control of that. I like to say to a lot of the kids that there's nobody in this life that's going to, like, life is not hard. Being you in this life is hard. There's nobody else in this life that's going to be Vince Prayer better than Vince Prayer is Vince Prayer.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
The same thing goes for you, and you know
Right.
that. Same thing for the kids. The kids have to know that jumping off the porch,
Yeah. Yeah.
that nobody's going to outdo them at being them. So why not take that chance and make
Yeah.
sure that everything that you put forward for yourself, that's what you decided on, and that's what I'm living with.
So let me ask you a question, and knowing that, let me ask you a question. What do you believe, looking at children now and looking at, what do you believe is the best thing that you can say to a child to accept them for them and to bank on them and to believe in them?
You being here today was the best decision that you could have made in your life. Every single moment that you decide to make a decision in is the best thing you can do in your life for yourself. You're going to have to do that for a very long time. You're going to have to do it until you don't have to do it anymore. And we all know what that means.
Right.
So if there's anything that I would say to the kids, and I have said this before, you being here right now is the best decision you've made in your life to date. And it's only going to get better from here because guess what? You decided on that.
Right.
So continue on.
Man, I like that, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in this Sunday on the Transition Talk Show to part 1. Man, with me and my special guest, Vince Prayer. Before we leave, man, let them know how they can reach you and how they can, and what things to look forward to.
Absolutely. In terms of my production, you can check in at zerowingaerial.com. Also, the Instagram page, zerowingaerial. You can check in there. But also, even if you're not looking necessarily to purchase or buy in, it's as simple as liking, sharing, commenting what you like, offering to see exactly what it is you can come away with. And let's work. Let's build. I'm here to zero in from new heights of focus. I'm here to grant you the visual that you're looking for. I'm here to create the picture as it's supposed to be seen that you conceptualized initially. And that's it.
All right, man. We appreciate you, man, for coming on the show. Join in with us, man. You know what I mean? On this 50th episode, we're going to take a small little break, and then we'll be right back.
When you light up, yeah, lights all over me.
I know it seemed like I turned my back, but it's far from true. How could I ever turn my back on the chosen few? So what I do, look at me. In a picture was bittersweet. I did it for all y'all, but I never did do it for me. This is not turn on you, say this is just turning to me. Knowing that I am better than I am. Afraid to look at me, ugly faces is all I got. The pain or horror inside the thing that you keep in the dark. Walking with smiley faces while holding a broken heart. Chambers of locked doors and open and kinda rough. Looking at deep wounds and knowing that I've been cut. So I know that I feel the pain, the umbrella in the rain. It's time to let it go and time to sing a different note. I gotta reach this lighthouse to shed a little hope. And none of us really differ. I can and you can. We all can be some winners. We all can be some winners.
Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. Everybody lights up. Just look within yourself and trust. Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. Cause everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. From the road is tough, can you call your love? You call your love the light, baby. Tunnel vision's blocking your blessings, baby. Don't let the world shut you down, baby. Take your time, you'll be alright. You're the light, baby. Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. Everybody lights up. Just look within yourself and trust. Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. 'Cause everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. When your world's looking blue, tell you what you do. Turn your light on, hey, yeah. When it's dark and alone, things are looking wrong. Turn your light on, baby.
And when they seen that, turn it back. Nobody got your slack. Turn your light on. When you're feeling kinda low, you're looking for that glow. Hey, turn your light on.
When the devil's chasing you, tell you what you do. Turn your light on, hey, yeah. When the world's in doubt and they shut you down, turn your light on, baby.
And when you're looking for a hand, nobody to the lend. Turn your light on. When you're looking for a hand, nobody to the lend. And turn your light on.
Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. Everybody lights up. Just look within yourself and trust. Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. 'Cause everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. When your light shines on you, darling, take your time. When you see the light, it might go. No, 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 no. Da, 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 da. When you light up, yeah, lights all over me.
I know it seemed like I turned my back, but it's far from true. How could I ever turn my back on the chosen few? So what I do, look at me. In a picture was bittersweet. I did it for all y'all, but I never did do it for me. This is not turn on you, say this is just turning to me. Knowing that I am better than I am. Afraid to look at me, ugly faces is all I got. The pain or horror inside the thing that you keep in the dark. Walking with smiley faces while holding a broken heart. Chambers of locked doors and open and kinda rough. Looking at deep wounds and knowing that I've been cut. So I know that I feel the pain, the umbrella in the rain. It's time to let it go and time to sing a different note. I gotta reach this lighthouse to shed a little hope. And none of us really differ. I can and you can. We all can be some winners. We all can be some winners.
Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. Everybody lights up. Just look within yourself and trust. Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. 'Cause everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. When the road is tough, can you call your love? You call your love the light, baby. Tunnel vision's blocking your blessings, baby. Don't let the world shut you down, baby. Take your time, you'll be alright. You're the light, baby. Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. Everybody lights up. Just look within yourself and trust. Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. 'Cause everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. When your world's looking blue, tell you what you do. Turn your light on, hey, yeah. When it's dark and alone, Things are looking wrong, turn your light on, baby.
And when they seen that turn it back, nobody got your slack. Turn your light on. When you're feeling kinda low, you're looking for that glow. Hey, turn your light on.
When the devil's chasing you, tell you what you do, turn your light on, hey, yeah. When the world's in doubt, and they shut you down, turn your light on, baby.
And when you're looking for a hand, nobody to the lend. Turn your light on. When you're looking for a hand, nobody to the lend. And turn your light on.
Everybody lights up, everybody lights up, and turn your light on. Everybody lights up, just look within yourself and trust. Everybody lights up, everybody lights up, and turn your light on. 'Cause everybody lights up, everybody lights up. When your light shines on you, darling, take your time. When you see the light in my goal, na 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 na. Da 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 da. When you light up, yeah, lights all over me.
I know it seemed like I turned my back, but it's far from true. How could I ever turn my back on the chosen few? So what I do, look at me. In a picture was bittersweet. I did it for all y'all, but I never did do it for real. This is not turn on me. You say this is just turning to me. Knowing that I am better than I am. Afraid to look at me. Ugly faces is all I got. The pain or horror inside the thing that you keep in the dark. Walking with smiley faces while holding a broken heart. Chambers of locked doors ain't open and kinda rough. Looking at deep wounds and knowing that I've been cut. So I know that I feel the pain, the umbrella in the rain. It's time to let it go and time to sing a different note. I gotta reach this lighthouse to shed a little hope. And none of us really differ. I can then you can. We all can be some winners. We all can be some winners.
Everybody lights up, everybody lights up, and turn your light on. Everybody lights up, just look within yourself and trust. Everybody lights up, everybody lights up, and turn your light on. 'Cause everybody lights up, everybody lights up. When the road is tough, can you call your love? You call your love the light. The light, baby. Tunnel vision's blocking your blessings, baby. Don't let the world shut you down, baby. Take your time, you'll be alright. You're the light, baby. Everybody lights up, everybody lights up, and turn your light on. Everybody lights up, just look within yourself and trust. Everybody lights up, everybody lights up, and turn your light on. 'Cause everybody lights up, everybody lights up. When you
What's going?
We gotta pack some pockets before we leave.
What's going on, man? We back, man, on the Transition Talk Show, man. This is the 5th year celebration of 50 episodes, man, which I really took almost about like 2 years being able to do. And these are some of the people who has been here and who has supported me along this journey. I'm gonna start from my right and go around and introduce some of you guys.
Oh, I thought you were introducing. I didn't know I was introducing myself.
Yeah,
What's up?
yeah.
Have no problem with that. Rojo Loco in the building. Government name, Wendy Rose. Follow me, y'all.
Sound
on
like
all
a
platforms.
That sounds like a stage name. That's fancy.
And you know what's so cool though? You know, like me and Rojo started on W3 with each other, and that's where I actually began the Transition Talk Show at. You know, but before I started, I went on her show, and we had a real
It was so amazing.
interesting, you know, moment. You know what I mean? I walked into that's where, like, man, my connections are so crazy on how they all combine. You know what I mean? But Urana, he first introduced me to Urana.
Okay.
And I talked with her, and you know, she knew so much. I was stubborn at the time. Like, I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, he didn't want it.
Yeah,
He
you know
ran.
what I mean?
He ran from it.
So
I knew he was good people though when I met him, because when I met him, I have to tell y'all this story. So we were talking about spirituality and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know, when he came in the room, he dropped some gems and some knowledge on us, and man, the next thing I know, he was standing behind me, but he hadn't even touched me, period. But I felt, it was like somebody put a blanket around me, and I was like, okay, he the real deal.
Wow.
He the real deal. But yeah, Train is awesome. Congratulations on your 50th.
man, appreciate it, man. Just appreciate you being able to come out and join with me.
Yes, sir.
And to my left,
Kimmy T. That's my stage name.
Kimmy
That's my stage
T.
name. That's the original.
Are you the rapper?
No. Well, I do know how to look. I can do a little solo. Look, let me.
No.
Somebody give me a beat real quick. But no, I'm owner of Creative Unicorn LLC, and I'm thankful to be here, to be present, celebrating. Oh.
and man, she brought me a gift, man. Yeah.
I was
Oh
getting ready to say
yeah.
I did too, but I guess
Say
Right.
Rojo did. Hey, Rojo did the
I
loco
bought
way. You know what I'm talking about?
to keep us all crazy.
With no cups.
Well, I'm sticking with the bottle thing though.
Pour them in my hand.
This is like
No backwash.
Yeah.
this is like, you
That's
know.
beautiful.
I'm gonna tell you this means something. Why this means something to me. As long as I've been doing crystals, I stayed away from the until I felt that I was fully ready. You know, in my acceptance of the universe and everything in it. So my first one I just recently bought, and it's a full amethyst piece.
Oh wow.
And when I first wore it, my energy was so high, I shattered it. So got it back all put together again, you know what I mean? And I wear it when I'm really feeling full. And when I saw this one, I'm like, wow, you know, my birthright is sapphire. So to see all the colors, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know how you knew that, you know what I mean? But it's amazing, man, how the universe
Her
works.
third eye is open.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, I appreciate this, man, for sure. I appreciate this.
Why are you talking about crystals though? I just got one question.
Yeah.
When they break or when you lose them, is it true that it's done its job, it's done its work? Even if you lose it or whatever? Is that true?
In some sorts it mean that. In some sort it can also mean that you are you have too much energy on you. You know, and that can be a negative or that can be a positive, you know.
Well, it's all positive over here,
It's just
sir.
depending on what that crystal is and what it was for.
Okay.
And what you had it for. You know what I
Okay.
mean? But you would know consciously, you know, when something shatters, you would know, like you would even feel I'm okay.
Yeah,
Or
and I
I'm
feel
not,
okay
you know
all
what
the
I mean?
time. So,
So,
yeah, it
yeah.
was just a question. Okay.
Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going.
Oh, hello.
That-
My name is Shay. Last name Wheaton, and I'm a childhood friend, and that is all.
I don't even want to use the word. I don't even want. I'm gonna just keep going.
You don't want to use her government name.
Shut up.
Because I want. My name is Kai Frey. Been on train since forever. That's my brother. There's a lot of great talks together. So I just want to say congratulations on your 50th episode.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that.
She when you said that's my brother, she said that's your brother. That's your real brother.
I was trying to see.
She was all black looking
Trying
like
to
bald head, bald head, everything.
No blood sister, bro.
Huh?
Blood sisters and brothers.
Me and him?
Yeah.
No, we crawl together. Same
Oh.
hood. Oh yeah.
She crawled so we could walk.
That's what I'm talking about.
Girl, you got
You act like I'm
skin.
Harry Tubman or something.
That skin flawless.
Thank you, love.
But yeah, we're gonna keep it going, man. On the end.
My name is Kevin Harris, the Right Reverend. Now I'm being funny because I was the preacher, so I just run along with it. But man, happy to be here. Listen, excited about the 50th episode, man. I'm excited to see what's next for you, man.
Man, me too, man. To even be able to get y'all to be here, you know what I mean? Because it wouldn't happen without none of y'all. A lot of people got to go searching and seeking out people. I've been blessed to have people already around me. That
train.
She like the music at the Oscars when you talk too long.
You gotta quit doing that, cause I don't be remembering what I be saying. But it's like I've been blessed, man, to know in my life I've been around exceptional people for a long time. Me and Shay since like kindergarten, and look, she's a singer, actress, you know what I mean? I'm getting ready to go to her next stage play. Frey, he's a phenomenal artist and have done a lot of work for some main entertainment people and things.
So you're the rapper.
Yeah.
Oh.
She gonna find this rapper today. She gonna find him.
Where's Waldo? We finding this rapper.
Okay, so artiste is in painter.
Yeah, as a painter.
Oh, I need to holler at you.
Yeah, she's another painter.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I need to talk to both of y'all. Y'all
So-
do fences? Never mind. I tried.
You talking about fences?
So man, this the part, that I really do like on being able to just do this, because I really don't even get an opportunity to just show life down to earth. Mm-hmm. Without always having to try to offer, the brighter side of life. You know what I mean? I don't get to show the shoulders down. You know what I mean? The tension is off.
Vulnerability.
I mean, I'm gonna give them that. It's just a part of the walk, but the joy is part of life. The smiles, the laughs. Yeah. I don't get to do that often, and you guys are people who I literally do that with on a regular. You know what I mean? You guys are really influential in my life. So to be able to have people like that and that are doing like major things in life. Some people do these type shows, they got to go searching. But I can do it because the people was already given to me. Mm-hmm. And I can showcase us. You know what I mean? And allow us to be the faces, men of goodness. Not of BS or anything like that, but to really say that, man, we are ordinary people, man, who really do extraordinary things. And I'm just proud to be able to do it with all you guys. You know what I mean? We got more people in the house. Bro, Jay out there. Who else I see out there?
Damn,
I see my girl
shades.
Natalie out there. Who else I see out there? Oh, Vince out there, man.
Hey, y'all.
So man, it's real good, Coach.
What up, Coach?
We were talking about
Coach
mentors.
Fly.
We were talking
Oh,
about
my
mentors
goodness.
early. You know what I mean? I told him there was only one coach in my life, that I've stuck with. But that was because I seen somebody that came from where I came from that was able to go back
Come here, Coach.
But yeah, come on over, Coach.
Coach say I ain't trying to do all What's wrong with y'all?
Coach still look the same.
But yeah, what's going on?
Hey, Coach Fly.
And I forgot about the fur, that traffic, man. Call myself gonna get out the dog. I'm around it.
Oh man.
I went to Washington Hall. To come back. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. So Vince, man, you get to meet my mentor, one of my mentors, Coach Fly, man. You know, it's good, man, because you know, Coach right out the South, out my projects at that. But he's always been somebody who I've seen been able to stand there, but not take it on. So for me, and that was, you've been a true example for me to be able to always go where I'm from, but not have to take on where I'm from. You know, and I appreciate you for that, man.
And I'm humbled, man. It's just been so many of you all that we from a place that's the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just there before you.
Yeah.
And I know what it was like for nobody to take your hand and say, go this way. They were just telling you what you need to be. Nobody showed you what you had to be.
Right.
You know, words without action. It's just some words. You sit there waiting. That's why the word called waiting.
Yeah.
You find yourself waiting.
Yeah.
See, if we start looking at the little simple things, the same way the little simple things cause you to have big problems, the little simple things have you to have big successes. You gotta do a little bit at a time. How they say, a little bit may not be no word, but make it a lot of bit.
Yeah. I remember you told my son, man, when you was training cover, you were like, how you think you become great? And I'm over here stuck myself. I'm glad he didn't ask me the question.
I already knew my personnel.
And my son was like, you got to do something great. He was like, nah. I was like, dang, I was going to say that too. You know? But he said, it's just by being good. He said,
may I elaborate on that?
Yeah.
Most people tell you to be great. Well, if you keep being good, somebody else going to tell you you're great. But searching for great, it's not going to just show up. You know, they're talking about work it out. Now you got to work some stuff in to be great.
Yeah.
Because if you're working it out, don't expect to be great. Do a lot of little bitty things while some big things happen. But through the process, some large things are going to happen.
Right.
But the little bitty things going to get you prepared to handle.
Right.
Because so many times a lot of times we miss our own blessings. We get in our own way. Because, you know, just because you don't recognize your new beginning, because you're familiar with your oldness.
Yeah.
You're very familiar with your oldness. So when that new, that's why they got a word called new. And when you don't embrace it, it's going to pass. Talking to you the other day, remember, staying in your lane. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
No, I mean, because you can't go somewhere in your lane.
Yeah.
But what's for you is on this exit right here. You stay in your lane, following whomever you're following. Because, see, God, first of all, is undefeated, never lost in nothing. So, with that being said, once you find your greatness in being who you are. So here it is, you need some gas. I'm paraphrasing it. There's a service station, but I'm staying in my lane because they still going. Now you run out of gas in your lane. And now you done cause some other folks to not get where they going because you causing traffic.
Yeah.
But if you had to exit, got what you needed.
Okay.
You can jump right back on the lane. But what happens if you get off this exit and say, wow, I can go this way now? And it's just a little bit of things, and we all just human.
Yeah.
But that's who we are. So now that we got that out the way, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Now what you going to do with your humanness? See, one thing about right, there's no wrong in it. But everybody, see, when you exceed other people's expectations, that's where your haters come in at.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't think you was intelligent, they won't even use the word intelligent. I didn't think you was smart enough. See, when you realize you was the third smartest in your class and wasn't but 2 people in there. No, but you smart enough to know with 2 people in there. got what I'm saying?
That tickled me.
Yeah, well, see, laughter is healthy. Laughter gets you success. Because it breaks the monotony of the stress. So when you can laugh, you can consume more. So now y'all got caught up in the 3 people and third person in the class and 2 people. I said, smartest though. Yeah. Did nobody attack smart? Yeah. I said I was the 3rd smartest.
I mean, you were I ain't gonna say that, but yeah.
Well, I was trained. I know your history. No, it's no problem.
I know you know.
Trained, be in the class spelling big words like I, A. But I'm saying, the best way to start anything is to start. So train is spelling I, then he spelled A, and honestly, he was working on valedictorian because he sit behind me if I was the 3rd person, so they made him 4. But anyway, I'm saying he spelled the word like okay and thought he was on his way. And that's where the problem started. But when he realized it was some more alphabets, because most people from the alphabets, okay. Oh, yeah. Right, here we go. You know your ABC? You know your ABC?
Yes.
But what about the rest of your alphabets? That's what the problem is. He got to C and thought he had made it. It's a whole lot more alphabets. He got to C and you couldn't tell him nothing. And then the average person, they jump into from A. First they want to say, well, why this? Why that? Right? Question, what come out the Y? Z. Oh, but you already with me, but watch where we're going to go. So Z comes out the Y. So you can bypass everything from A all the way up to Y to be intelligent.
I ain't got time to punish you, Seth.
Okay, I want y'all to help her. Y'all give her 10 words that start with a Z. I'm going to count from 20 down. Y'all help her. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. She said behind you. 7, 6, 5, 4. I already said that. 3, 2, and 1. Y'all came up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know y'all was helping. Y'all just wasn't saying that. Y'all has 5 legit words. I ain't talking about what sound like. We ain't speaking Spanish. No.
So we can't make up words.
All I'm saying is keep your ass out of Y. And find you some new words to create with the mother alphabets. But we run straight to Y.
Oh.
Like, that's the solution.
Okay.
Y'all feeling that? You run straight to Y. All the other alphabets that were there to help you, oh, you looked over them because they can't help me. That's how people do it one another. Yeah. Instead of being creative, let me create me a word over here. But we go to Y. You know how many people in that Y line? A lot of them. And they next thing come out the Y is Z.
It's over.
You on your exit.
You over with.
So that's your fault. See, some things ain't other people's fault. Some is your fault. And no, I know it's not in y'all family, but a lot of times it's family members. I said it.
Yeah. Let's bring one of your family members on in here.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
as in Jay.
Yeah,
that was confirmation. When you heard a bell ring,
that was a setup right there.
That's confirmation.
Lunch.
Yeah.
Break.
You know, God is undefeated. They ain't never lost in nothing. He rung the bell for Jay to get on in there.
Yeah.
Jay.
No, and it just so, we as a people, man, we got to do better. You know, if you just, see, God made us be perfect in his image. Just because we get caught up, and we human, what somebody else is doing, is that what you're supposed to be doing? See, if you do what you're supposed to be doing, somebody's going to be like, whoa, how did he or she do that? And they're going to gravitate to you. But you'll get lost. It's okay. We know. I know how it goes. I'm going to have to have y'all, friend, I got to have them back on my show.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But,
what would
Jay,
the alphabet be when we come together so I can practice?
Yeah, we need practice.
You're going to be spell I backwards. I know it in just a minute. Spell I backwards.
Oh. E-Y-E.
Spell it backwards.
E-Y-E.
He said who. I was talking about why. He brought up who. Spell it backwards.
E-Y-E.
Help her. So now you know where you're going to be, don't you?
I'm scared. Don't ask.
I know, man. I'm too big. I'm over here trying to.
You try on clothes.
Coach, it's Sunday. I'm tired.
All right, I listen on a real note, man, because all the stresses and heartaches and that we have occurred, they happen. But every mistake doesn't mean problem. Doesn't mean failure. It just happened. It's a learning tool, man. Where's your strength, you know? Mm-hmm. Where's your strength? So I told you again, when you exceed other people's expectations, now you start catering to them. For what? Ooh. Everybody that hug you ain't for you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just saying, some people don't want to even see.
People praying for you too. You don't want everybody.
Yeah, but you don't want what that prayer is. Ooh, you don't want that one. Mm-hmm. Listen, God hear you. You know, thank you for those that are sincere to you, but you will know them. And see, you gotta understand, y'all. Please understand. There's a spirit, then there's feelings, and there's emotions. Most people don't even allow their spirit to take over. Mm-hmm. But you'll dive into
your feelings.
The feelings. And a whole lot of times it don't even be your feeling. It be that emotion. That made you act the fool. Yeah. Because your feelings say, why you do that? Say, how to wash your man. Mm-hmm. But your spirit will let you know. Your spirit said, man, don't go that way. Don't go over there. Yep. You better trust your spirit. Man, they having this big party over there. You don't need to go tonight. Man, everybody going, why we tell that lie on everybody? Everybody going to be there. And then something happened that wasn't supposed to. Listen, y'all. Yeah. Lock into your heart, man. I say your heart. Quit trusting this so much. Trust this. See, one thing about this one, if it stops, you ain't got to worry about nothing else. Yeah, but this right here, start working on situations, conditions, positions, and now you become confused, stressed, and now you're confused. And a lot of times you already had the right answer. Sometimes no is the right answer for this moment. No. See, I'm stuck on, I treat everything like a puzzle. I just do. And I'm stuck on winning and learning. Well, you ain't gonna always win, no, but you don't never have to lose.
Right.
Just learn why you didn't win that particular day.
Right.
I'm gonna say it again, I'm stuck, and I'm gonna give that to y'all. Put it on your heart. Winning and learning. You don't have to entertain it. See, integrity and respect doesn't need help from any other words. You can add something when you want to, but it's unnecessary. Mm-hmm. Embrace that and watch things change for you. If you're able to laugh on your own, you know you can laugh with somebody else. And people would take your joy, man. Some people just evil. Find you a real hater. I ain't say love it. Find you a true hater. A true hater. True hater. And allow that hater to become a part of your circle and to keep all the other haters away.
Make that hater the bodyguard, huh?
What? I'm talking about. Look at Jay. Yeah, Jay. Jay, you can be going to the spot and you see your hater, it may be with 3 or 4 people, 5 or 6 people. You say, hey, all right, there, I got it. Show how you know it's a true hater. But he say, what? I don't know. That hater gone. Then left them. That's your people. He or she gonna let you know what's going on in there, what's wrong, and you might want to move around. Yeah. You know, if you say we're in a low bar, whatever, out down, buy them 2 or 3 drinks on. That hater gonna be up. But listen, every time you see a velvet rope, that hater gonna be over there waiting on you. Yeah. No, I'm just saying though, y'all.
I ain't never think about it that way. I get rid of when I find out you're hating you in my circle.
Interview them.
I just look at it. Well, you can interview people and you still.
No, but I'm talking about you just said if you able to recognize your haters, interview them. They don't have to be together.
No, I got to get rid of you because
you know what?
Millions of dollars are gonna become involved at some point.
But you leaving room for some more haters to come.
No, I don't.
Okay, see what I'm talking about? Gosh, you didn't.
Well, I have a perspective to share on that.
Okay.
Inner versus outer, your inner climate is a reflection of your outer climate. If you're surrounded by love, you're surrounded by peace. It's not because all of a sudden somebody said, wow, he's so great. It's because the love and the peace is here. You're connected to source here. And then when you start seeing hater, you got to assess this.
But you say connected.
Mm-hmm. You got to
watch
assess
this. That spirit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your spirit will you can walk in a spot and you can just feel the energy of some stuff that ain't right.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in tune with you,
you
can just feel like, man, something ain't right.
Right. Time to go.
And as soon as you look up, you probably can vision and see who it is, because somebody just be over there, what they call it, mugging. Yeah.
Ooh, I can't. You know how you solve that? Hi.
I just make it crawl.
But see, but do we know? Watch this though. Even though, and that's the proper thing to do, but if they not in tune, it's best you speak and move on. Because if they're not in tune with you, or with them, you're wasting some breath that you could have kept. Because the
best thing you do is just show up fully. You ain't got to tell them nothing.
Yeah,
just glow.
Now your presence.
Yep. They be
Listen,
mad.
y'all,
and people be intimidated by that. Because when people see the light, when you walk in a room and they see the light, honey.
Your presence. It's like Christmas, y'all. Y'all know you have to wait on
the haters be out. They be like,
treat them like Christmas. You say, what, Coach Fly? You know it's coming, but they still got to wait on it.
Hey, man.
I like that, Rev.
Hey,
got that, Joe?
I like that, Rev.
I'll see it tomorrow.
That's not real. That's Coach.
Oh.
Yeah.
We ain't got the service.
And guess what?
It's just the welcome.
How many times have y'all went and bought gifts and just put them up? Because Christmas is coming. Your time is coming. Yeah, but see, just because you've been through so much, continue to go through. At least you're not stuck in.
Right. Yeah. Well, I work on myself.
Now, if you were sick, then get well. You okay?
Yeah.
See, sometimes I could tell. I don't have to know you to recognize
some
you.
People who want to do that ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah. We
had a show about that.
What is it?
Ayahuasca.
We're gonna talk
plant medicine.
We're going to go to a quick little break, then we're going to come right back. Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Communion.
We had a show about that already.
What we going to put in?
And it works.
Yeah, but it got deep.
I want to do it in the Amazon.
I know it seemed like I turned my back, but it's far from true. How could I ever turn my back on the chosen few? So what I do, look at me. In a picture was bittersweet. I did it for all y'all, but I never did do it for real. This is not turn on you, say this is just turning to me. Knowing that I am better than I am. Afraid to look at me, ugly faces is all I got. The pain or horror inside the thing that you keep in the dark. Walking with smiley faces while holding a broken heart. Chambers of locked doors and opening kind of rough. Looking at deep wounds and knowing that I've been cut. So I know that I feel the pain, the umbrella in the rain. It's time to let it go and time to sing a different note. I gotta reach this lighthouse to shed a little hope. And none of us really differ. I can and you can. We all can be some winners. We all can be some winners.
Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. Everybody lights up. Just look within yourself and trust. Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. Cause everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. When the road is tough, you call your love, you call your love the light, baby. Tunnel vision's blocking your blessings, baby. Don't let the world shut you down, baby. Take your time, you'll be alright. You're the light, baby. Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. Everybody lights up. Just look within yourself and trust. Everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. And turn your light on. Cause everybody lights up. Everybody lights up. When your world's looking blue, tell you what you do. Turn your light on. Hey, yeah. When it's dark and alone, things are looking wrong, turn your light on, baby.
And when they seen that turn their back, nobody got your slack. Turn your light on. When you're feeling kinda low, you're looking for that glow. Hey, turn your light on.
When the devil's chasing you, tell you what you do, turn your light on, hey, yeah. When the world's in doubt, and they shut you down, turn your light on, baby.
And when you're looking for a hand, nobody to the lend. Turn your light on. When you're looking for a hand, nobody to the lend. And turn your light on.
Everybody lights up, everybody lights up, and turn your light on. Everybody lights up, just look within yourself and
She has a plate.
I went on one down, that man. Yeah, like,
hey, we
You know we was selling the VCRs with a box of bricks. So. Man, that's not
man, we back. We still celebrating, man, the 50th episode. Transition Talk. So we got 2 new people came in. Miss Natalie Burris and Big J Hollins, man. Y'all say what's up to the people.
What's up, y'all? The Big 50.
Not age.
Yeah, we cleared that up.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, you got the Benjamin Button syndrome, bro.
Well, for real.
Yeah. No, I don't know how that go.
You never seen the movie?
Don't embrace it.
And it's the baby that grew like was a baby but was old.
He aged backwards.
Yeah.
But when he said the Big 50, you don't look it. Just,
oh, okay.
Just take it and keep
Nah,
rolling.
we was just on 50
There you
episode.
go. There you go. That makes sense.
Let's clear that up.
Oh, that ain't
Nah,
even.
man.
Wait a minute, that ain't even funny. Somebody saying Coach Fly sitting over there.
Coach Fly, you look better than half our classmates.
Real, serious.
Real.
Let's just be clear.
Thank you very much.
Hey, man. But now, man, it's good, man. Like I said before, to have these type connections, you know, and to be this well connected with people of resource, and people, man, who really are striving in life, doing something. Look where we come from. You know what I mean? From where we come from, we weren't supposed to be this.
Right.
You know, but for us to actually be this, it's a remarkable story, and these are the things in which the Transition Talk Show is for, to be able, man, to show the world what you are possible of, you know, what you can potentially do. To understand that, man, a transition is just that, to go from one phase into another phase, but make it better. You know, it took me constant trials before it got better. You know, I had to really begin to understand what I was missing and what I needed. You know, even my Batman, my partner in crime is here, but it's amazing how, you know, now we partners in doing something greater.
Right.
You know, we living life and giving back, and can't nobody take that away. You know, because we know what it took, and we know what it takes, and we have that type of grit. A lot of things in life, man, you don't have without grit. You gotta have some type of grit to go where it's meant for you to be. It ain't Silver Spoon. That was a TV show.
Yeah.
That wasn't life.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't the facts of life, because they had it too easy.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so now who we are, man, and what it allows me to be able to do is not showcase me, but showcase us, and to showcase, you know, the possibilities, the greater possibilities, and to give it, man. You know, this ain't for what we doing, ain't for likes
at all,
because this ain't what they like.
Right. Absolutely.
You know
they
what I
like
mean?
drama. They don't like the positivity as much as they like the drama.
They love that drama.
Not only that, the validation. We don't do it for that.
Nah,
like, we don't need.
We was certified before the blue checks came out.
There you go.
See? Right.
That's a fact.
You know, and it's just being able to really, man, be able to have something like this.
Right.
I'm humbled, man. But just being your presence, and you got to understand, I have some other phases with you. Train the kid.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know, to train the grown man.
Yeah.
And to see, you got to understand. Be your own celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say it again. Be your own celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Be your own celebrity. See, moving forward, it's moving forward all by itself. As soon as you start moving forward, somebody want to bring you to a standstill or pull you backwards. By talking about what he had, she had. Okay, keyword had. What I'm doing now.
Right.
That sound familiar, don't it?
Yeah, what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But through your process and all that you went through and going through and came to, is leading you where you're going.
Yeah.
And you have to embrace that, man, and realize that you've made a change. Because God could have stopped everything. He's in control of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But he allowed you to see, watch this, the process for you.
Right.
See, when you become, let me paraphrase, when you become your own chef for the food you want to eat, you're going to be healthy.
Yeah.
You're going to be healthy. Quit eating other folks' food.
Yeah.
Be your chef. And say, this is going to work for me. And then, I say, I'm paraphrasing, we have a table. You better present your meal.
Man.
Somebody go, they got this over here, but, oh, man, look what he just brought. Look at this meal he just brought. And you might have thought people, because people quick to say, well, I don't like that. Have you ever tried this before? No, but you don't. See, when somebody tell you think you know everything, them the ones I don't really deal with, because I know you don't know a lot.
Right.
Because if you think I know everything, you real limited.
Yeah. Yeah.
You so limited that I already know we cannot move forward because you are so limited.
Right.
And if I say everybody that's hugging not for you, some folks would just want to see what your Rolodex is. Who's in it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And who's in it. And want to get connected.
Yeah.
You know, me and Train was talking about that the other day. We was talking about how, just like what you were saying, Coach Fly, about setting your table. And, you know, like, if you're setting your table and you preparing it, like, even if you had a team of people
correct,
that all came together to prepare it, there's always going to be people that just want to come and eat right after they've done no leg work at all. But they see that the table is pretty, they want to sit at it. And you just kind of have to watch the people who just need, you know, just, what is the word we use, bro? When we're talking about those type of people, I don't even remember. Yeah, there it is, an opportunist.
That's
like,
the people that want to criticize you. Because they wasn't, like you just said, you are prepared a table.
Right.
They didn't bring nothing. And they went, ooh, I don't like that. Why they do that? But they brought nothing to the table.
Yeah, they're opportunists.
So, you know, if you look at those 12 that Jesus
somewhere.
had at the table, Jesus had 12 of them. He had 12 rootless people.
Gangsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand what I just said?
Certified.
Yeah.
12 rootless folks.
Yeah.
And look what happened, y'all.
Yeah.
So I'm saying don't give up. Definitely don't give out and don't give in. Just go. Like, that's why I was missing when you say try. You try on clothes.
Try on clothes.
Yeah, the best way to start anything is just start.
Yeah.
Just start.
I learned to take the word try and to replace it with attempt and to constantly make attempts. Because trying, my grandmother used to say, if you trying, you ain't did nothing. So I never want to be.
Absolutely.
I don't never want to be trying to do nothing. You know what I mean? I'd rather make my attempts, and which attempts mean to continue in. So I want to constantly be in continuation of what it is that I'm attempting to do.
And we know there's some new slangs out there, like you say, my bad, my good. Nah, that's a new one, my good. Because I say, man, quit telling me my bad. But I don't even want to hear my good. I want to hear my right.
Man, you know, I don't ever say my bad because I had a partner named My Bad.
Well, who you think named him that? Who you think gave? Okay, well, Kevin Estelle.
Yeah.
Man.
Woo!
Did it?
God, listen. And it's stuck to this day. Listen, Kevin was one of my special kids. And I mean as an Ed, but special kids. You got to be real careful what you said around Kevin Estelle. Because if you say, hey, I don't like Kevin, he's one of them you say, he gonna go get him. Kevin, now we just, you know. So
Too late.
I asked Kevin one day at track practice to spell my bad. And when he said M-I-B-B-A-D, something like that, I said, and my bad has stuck to this day, y'all. I gave him that name. If you, Kevin Estelle, love him to death. And that's what, speaking of, but y'all, they still treat me as though they look kids. And I don't mean that in a disrespect way. That's the humbleness in them. Yeah. You cannot, there's no application to fill out to tell somebody to be that way. That's something they had to feel and know. They saw, as kids, they saw the struggles. See, really, we might have had more joys than struggles, but the struggles were so big that you couldn't enjoy the joys, you know? And as they matured into young men, I remember Train going out to school, to college, and this is the 50th. I'm not going to roast him.
You already did that.
Oh, did I? Well, I'm all right. Well,
everybody flame him up one good time.
Yeah, so, you know, and the young man, you know, when you're in their life as a youngster, you never knew what he was going through at home. Because they the type that ask you, you know, somebody going to ask you for $1, somebody going to ask for 75 cents, somebody going to say, Coach, I just need a quarter. But how they coming out of one pocket add up. So, but then you have to realize when they're at home, I mean, they will stay around the school. They do anything from keep them going home. Because their home life wasn't right. And I don't mean, I'm not, that's why every house has its own mailbox. For your business to go to yours and that's to theirs. But under those roofs, sometimes some things were going on that wasn't right, but that's what's going on. So now either you're going to follow suit or be without. And a lot of times you get caught up and caught in on what's going up under your roof. So I had to learn, versus I was telling them what's right, I had to become a filter and let them tell me what's going on with them. So, versus just coming out and say, you need to stop doing this. Now, sometimes let them get it out. Do kids have a right to have an opinion? I say yes. Do they make decisions? I say no. You direct that. But when you have structures, they always saying, and I get it, ladies, about the single parent household, but I've had some situations. There was a man and woman in the house, and it was bad. So that's not always. My grandmother, may she rest in peace, she raised 8. I don't never remember seeing a man. And everybody turned out all right. Man. So I'm just saying, quit looking for excuses and embracing, and start embracing solutions. See, you could. It's so simple to allow. Give me something, God. To allow your situation to become a condition. You got what I'm saying? Allow your situation to become a condition because of the position you think you're in. You know, that sun and moon that's in the sky, we can leave here and go to California, Florida, Montana. I'm just saying, it's the same sun and moon, y'all. Each state don't have its own sun and moon. It's somebody higher being, man. You got to believe in that. If you think about the sky, Earth, what's holding the sky up, y'all? I haven't seen no pillars out there. Something. Y'all got to believe in something. Can you create a baby? I ain't talking about got to lay down and now, can you actually make a baby? Yeah, we got to do better. We have to do better. We have to do better. I know you probably think you created a baby. She made a snowman one time. But anyway, I'm just saying. They don't even know I'm talking about you. And like people saying, no, I'm from the mud.
Not too much.
I'm from the mud, right? See, but I'm going, and I know I paraphrase a lot of stuff.
Coach, you done preached the whole sermon.
Well,
it's a celebration.
I know when I turn 50. I like that. And I'm just saying, that's why I saw him come from the mud. People got to understand the dirt he was in. Everybody want to shine. Yeah. But don't nobody want to polish. Man. Yeah. And that polish going to give you a shine. So to get to 50, I saw where he came from. See, now that he's shining, 50. Now that he's shining, there's a whole lot of folks trying to, you know, if you got their car, they're trying to bring some rims and want to paint it. And when the car was just sitting up in the driveway, it didn't run, but you had to $4,000 system in it. But I'm just saying, you know, keep shining, young man, because you made the 50. And everything that's behind you, that's why they got a word called behind you.
Yeah.
Let it be what it is behind you.
Yeah.
You at 50, man. Look at the love, man.
It is. You know, and I'm beyond, you know, appreciative. Because it could have been anybody, but it's me. This could have been any this thought, this concept. It could have been anybody, but it came to me. It was given to me.
Beyond celebrity, man.
You know, I mean, but you know, Train been trying forever though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, but that's what I'm saying, y'all. I seen Train on the train. A train track. Riding the train to Percy Anderson when you're supposed to be walking. Jumping off at the packing house. That's not stuff.
How you get to the packing house from the train?
Right behind the packing house. What you mean, how?
How we get from the train? What train was
Oh,
that?
y'all didn't live in Bunton then.
What?
Wasn't it the train track that go down through
Man,
road
I ended up in Joppy. I ended up in Joppy. I didn't end up in the packing house.
How he get down Oakland to Pennsylvania?
No, I'm not saying train. Actually, I was paraphrasing, but we rode the train. And we jumped off right there at the packing house. We cut a hole, had already cut the hole in the fence, come through the packing house,
There it is.
get the
Cut
Percy
the hole.
Anderson.
There it is.
Thank you very much. Did that for years. And I ain't gonna call his name because somebody got scared. Because it's an art to getting off the train. Because out on gravel, you got to jump off running.
Yeah.
You can't just jump off.
Nah, you got to be running.
So you got to jump off running. It's a technique to it.
Yep.
So I know why we got fast anyway. So you jump off running. But somebody, and I won't call his name, I give his nickname, Piss Cat.
Oh, man.
He got scared to jump out because the train got too fast. And it kept going. So we get to school. Mr. Russo was our principal. And we had to tell what happened. Well, we're kids. I think we was in the 7th or 8th grade. Get what we say? Well, he kept going. He never got off. We had never been past the packing house on the train.
Man.
Because I would jump off. Well, it's as intelligent as I was then. The train said Santa Fe on the box card. So I told Mr. Russo he went to Santa Fe. And we all agreed with that because that box card say Santa Fe. Y'all, it was crazy. I got 3 different whoopings because the principal got you, then my mama got me. Then, okay. But anyway, because that's when everybody could whoop you. Guess what he ended up, y'all?
Where?
Take a if you.
In Dixon.
Oh no. We going north.
Oh.
I ended up in Joppy when I got off.
Now you going back toward Oak Cliff though. You should have jumped off at Turner's Court.
He said going north.
Going north. Just think.
Where was it? Little Mexico?
Past McKinney.
God, dog.
Past McKinney.
And then
wasn't even named yet.
And
It
then
wasn't even Anna and
Yeah,
Serena.
You on 35. We going out.
Yeah, it was.
What was
past McKinney.
Pottsboro.
Prosper.
I never heard it, but I'm just
What
telling
is
you what
it?
happened. So when
Not
the police,
Prosper.
Pottsboro.
It's been there for a minute.
So when
Yeah,
he
that
come
brother
back
had a good ride.
down there past McKinney and all that, man, like when you going to Choctaw. Yeah, but that's where the train stopped at, and that's where and they brought him back in a black and white police car. Boy, it was crazy, y'all. We all got, and that's why I say kids, y'all, quit thinking you know it all, because we got all our information from another 13, 14-year-old, so we think we know the answer. Grown folks just know what they know. And they had each other, we all agreed to say Santa Fe. I didn't even know at that time Santa Fe was in California.
Oh, my goodness.
So, but the box card say Santa Fe. And that's what happened, y'all. So that's how the nickname came about. When he came back here, people on him.
He said
Pissy,
he didn't know
pissy.
Santa Fe was in California. Hell, I didn't either. I was in New Mexico.
Well, that's a Santa Fe, Mexico, but I'm just saying.
Bye, Coach.
What? He ain't asked me what I want yet. If you buying it, but I'm just saying.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Listen.
I did. I heard you.
Hey, y'all. Man, look.
You gotta have fun, man.
Yes,
We done wrapped up, man. I enjoy y'all, man. I'm appreciative of every last one of y'all in the continuous work that we all will continue to be doing with each other. moving forward. But man, appreciate you guys out there for joining us on the Transition Talk Show, and you guys join us next week, and we will be back to our regular time.
You know what's crazy? I mean, this man didn't realize we was family until like 3 months ago. That's long?
No. What was that cigar?
Cigar in the park.
Yeah, it was finna come up again.
It's finna come up
next month.
Yeah, but I'm just saying all this time.
You and Jay?
Yes.
How did y'all find that y'all was?
We just got to talking about
conversation.
stuff.
Dang.
Oh, that's it.
Hope you ain't.
How could I ever turn my back on the chosen few? So what I do, look at me. In a picture was bittersweet. I did it for all y'all, but I never did do it for you. This is not turn on me. You say this is just turning to me. Knowing that I am better than I am. Afraid to look at me. Ugly faces is all I got. The pain or horror inside the thing that you keep in the dark. Walking with smiley faces while holding a broken heart. Chambers of locked doors and opening kind of rough. Looking at deep wounds and knowing that I've been cut. So I know that I feel the pain, the umbrella in the rain. It's time to let it go and time to sing a different note. I gotta reach this lighthouse to shed a little hope. And none of us really differ. I can and you can. We all can be some winners. We all can be some winners.
Everybody lights up.